Hello. This week I would like to talk about something that's dear to all of our hearts. Change. Changes are afoot in our environment. I think we all know this actually. You know, where I grew up, it normally rained for around 8 months a year, like typhoon days in Taiwan. A tremendous amount of rain. Rain and rain and rain. But it was never that cold relative to Canada. Maybe it would get down to 0, 1 degree, something like this, but never below 0 normally. Last year it was tremendously cold and they had a lot of snow. So obviously the world is changing. It's getting colder in parts and it's getting warmer in others. Now, does this mean that this is the end of the earth? Well, certainly in every civilization, problems can occur over time if we don't respond to the things that we should respond to. I think back when I was young, for instance, we didn't have television. We got television when I was 6 years old. A remarkable phenomenon in our little village. And I think my parents had the first television in the village, actually, and I was suddenly sophisticated and rich, and I still remember the 2 programs, actually, The Lone Ranger and The Jetsons. Wow. When I tell this to my children, they don't believe me, really. It seems so strange. The other day, I actually had a conversation with an AI bot, if you will, and this person was very sensitive, very caring, but this was, of course, only created. It was all artificial. So we can see that changes are afoot. Now, does this mean, as I alluded to earlier, that this is the end? Well, I think not, because human beings have always experienced change. We've had civilizations that have come and they have gone. And I think if we don't respond adequately in our given civilization, then of course changes come, don't they? Now, there are some extremists that are existing in the world at the moment. Young people that are throwing oil and various other substances on very expensive and old masters in museums. Now, I'm sure their intention is good. Stop oil, I think, is one of the movements. But in reality, we're not going to stop oil. Because if you ask these young people, okay, would you shower in cold water in the middle of winter? Or would you go across America by horse? I think most people would say, no, this can't be the case. So what am I to do? What am I to do as an individual? Well, I think first and foremostly, I must be serious and I must care about the world that I occupy. I must conserve, I must replenish, and I must be thoughtful about other human beings. And then I think I should make an attempt to change myself, to be more caring, to be more loving. A far greater concern, I feel, is the war and violence that continues to be perpetrated upon all of us. And why is this? Because we're not thinking, basically. We're not thoughtful. So I think if we begin to plan, we begin to think, good things will be upon us. And my name is Leon Lacouvé, the grandfather, and you know what they say. Critical thinking is necessary, especially if we're going to change the world, and critical thinking is great. To you, please have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.